Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be discussing the network marketing automation formula, in which I'm going to share with you the formula, the process, everything you need to consider if you're wanting to put your network marketing business into an automated process or system, either it be for duplication reasons or to get more out of your business while you're working a full-time job, etc. But a lot of people are not able to accomplish this because they don't have the formula. And I'm going to share that formula with you. Now, you're going to have to build it yourself if you don't have this. Most companies don't even have this. So let's go through the four main factors and take a look at what you got to have. Number one thing you got to have if you're going to automate your network marketing business is a landing page. This is not your replicated website, which most companies give. You know, those are the websites where you got a little contact form. Contact me if you have questions or for more information. But on that page, you see the company name. You can see the products, an order now page, about us page. Those type of websites do not work. Those are, good for sending people that you've already spoke to, and they're like, oh, where do I go to sign up? You can send them there. That it's okay to do that. But for an automated process, it's not going to work. You have to have a website that is attractive. It's modern looking. It looks nice. It gives very little information, but enough for them to know that if they give you their contact info, then they're going to get what it is they're looking for. It could be an offer, it could be information, etc. But it always captures name and email. Always captures it. Everybody's seen these. Everybody's opted into them. And I believe that putting a phone and having the word optional in the form is very important. That's the way mine is set up. And you'll see that depending on what ad I run, where I run it, how the leads are generated, half the time it's empty. But when somebody does put their telephone number in, when it clearly said optional, usually that I've only had like 2 people that put in a fake number. And that, I don't understand why they would do that, but they didn't have to put in anything. But I'll call and talk to them, and it really helps on the dialing end if you do that, because then who doesn't mind if you call. That's pretty powerful. So when they give you the phone number, you have a good lead. Next, you're going to need a way to follow up with them. When they opt into the landing page for the offer, for the information, etc., they've already given you their contact info, their email. You have to have a way to be sending them emails, multiple emails. See, most people don't purchase on the first visit. They don't buy when they first get exposed to something. And usually getting to know the person behind the offer will strengthen the odds of them signing up. When you get a lot of emails and you don't even know who they're from, you don't remember how you got on their list, you typically don't buy from them. But if it's somebody you like them, know them, and they have something of interest, you don't mind buying it from them. So in a lot of cases, them knowing you will increase that. The follow-up will, keep in touch with people who may be interested, the most. It keeps it on their mind. If you don't follow up, they're just going to move on and forget that they ever looked at your business and get into something else. Now, if you get a phone number, the follow-up on the phone is even more powerful, but you definitely have to have the email follow-up in place. The telephone is great. If you can call them, get to know them, that closes more sales than anything, the phone. Next, you're going to need the benefit. Now, the benefit is not necessarily the company or the product or what the product does. I'm talking about a benefit on top of the opportunity and product. Think of it like this. If they're interested in your company or your product or, working on your team, sometimes that's not quite enough. That puts them on the fence. They're thinking, yeah, I might do that. Well, if there was some kind of extra benefit in order, if they were to join, perhaps they receive a gift or they get placed somewhere special on the team where they'll get a lot of spillover, some type of benefit that if they join, they'll also get something else. That's kind of like putting icing on the cake. And you'll see that if you start adding a benefit, your percentage will go up a little bit. I'm not saying it's going to make a huge difference, but the benefit is important because just a few people will make a big difference. So put a benefit in there of some sort. You figure it out, according to your company or whatever. But an example, like with mine, it's you get placed in a good place, you get a good spot, you get a lot of spillover. That's the benefit of mine. But you may have a unilevel. So if you were, doing some kind of weight loss program, perhaps a DVD or some kind of something that will go along with the weight loss to make it more interesting and more entertaining. But just figure out what kind of benefit you're going to put in place. And that's number 3. The last and final factor in making a network marketing automation system is having a deadline. I discovered that the deadline was my friend early in my career when I had until the 28th of February to get as many people in who could be grandfathered at the highest level without having to buy the package. It was some kind of deal the company had worked out. And so many people I had fewer tire kickers or fence sitters that month than ever because they had to get in before the deadline and to receive the benefit. There's a deadline to the benefit. That's important. So create a deadline to where if you don't, make a decision by a specific time, then you lose out on something. And that fear of loss, that sense of urgency will make a person who was thinking about it or was really, really interested, but you know how it is, they just haven't quite, they don't want to put the money down just yet. But when that deadline hits, they're like, and they really want that benefit on top of the opportunity, that closes them. That's really a good way to close leads. Include a deadline. For my company and my system, it's every week, every Thursday. Basically, you miss out if you don't get in by the end of the week, you miss out on all the people who did, who would be in your downline. So basically, at the end of the week, if you don't make a decision or you don't join the team, then all those that did join the team, you cannot benefit from them other than who they put into the team from that point on. So every Thursday, the closer it gets to the end of the week, you start seeing more and more and more people jumping on board. And then Friday hits and it starts over again. Put a deadline in and watch what happens. It's amazing. So now that you understand the 4 parts of the network marketing automation process, the idea is, okay, well, that's great. How do I make it work? Well, all you got to do is generate leads. From this point on, you just got to generate leads. You can focus on that. Whoever generates the most leads is going to win, and whoever can kind of get the best quality as well. There's 2 factors involved here. Let's look at some of the ways you can generate leads. And these are what I do. Now, there's many other ways to generate leads, but I'm going to share with you the ways that I'm personally doing it, and it's working fine for me. Number 1, blogging. Now, blogging will bring in a slow, you never know when the lead's going to come in. Just put it that way. You never know. Sometimes they come in pretty good. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes nothing. There's days where no leads. However, the leads that come from blog are usually the highest converting. It seems like, half the people that come into the blog usually purchase. So blogging is a really, really powerful way to get leads that convert. So consider blogging. It does take time. However, if you stay consistent with it and just keep working on it, any chance you get, it'll start to produce results. Article marketing, it's very similar to blogging, other than it's not your website. It's where you write content on other platforms, and the advantage to this is, usually these platforms have a lot of members, so you're able to get exposure to the members of these platforms. I prefer using LinkedIn and MLM Gateway. Those are two places I'm always writing content on. You should check those out if you want to write content. You're probably already on LinkedIn, but I'll leave a link to my blog post below if you're watching this on YouTube, and you can go there and get into MLM Gateway through that. Now, videos like this are really, really good at getting leads into conversions. Videos, just like content, blogging and articles, when you put it up, it stays up forever. So you may generate a lead 2 years down the road from something you wrote, 2 years before. That happens all the time. Videos, though, they're even higher at getting attention. More people will watch a video than read text. But I like to make videos and put them in my blog and load them to YouTube. Let's kind of kill two birds with one stone. Just start shooting videos. They're simple to do. They do take a little time, but they're really good at generating leads and getting signups into your system. Social media, everybody knows about that. I'm not a big fan of social media. I'm not like someone who just focuses on it all the time, but it is useful. I'll make posts, promoting my content, helping it in the search engines. I get people messaging me, asking me questions. And if you learn social media, like how to raise curiosity with your posts and how to message people without spamming them, you'll get people asking questions. And from there, you can send them a link to your system and let them opt in and go through the process. And anybody can use social media, so it's a good way to get your team as well getting leads for the system. So you start focusing on just one thing: getting people to opt in and look at the company and the business, and let the system do the rest. Word of mouth, there's another, my largest duplication. The people who I had on my team that built the biggest teams came from word of mouth. Just talking to people, on the phone, talking to people I meet in person, people I know. That is another way. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. It's you're not going to get as many leads, of course, as you could having a blog post hit #1 on Google, but you can find quite a bit of good prospects through word of mouth. So really focus when you talk to people. Tell them about the system, tell them about the company, or see if they're open to making extra money. You can learn how to prospect correctly and accordingly, and get a lot of people into the system that way. Craigslist is another place I use. However, let me make this clear. When I first used Craigslist, I really got nothing out of it. The only link I had was a replicated website. But once I got a system that is automated, these leads that came in through these Craigslist paid ads, not the free ones, the paid ones, would actually convert into sales. And so I just started posting ads up in different cities. You find an ad that works well, make a template, and then share it with your team. I got other people on the team running these ads that was bringing in more, people into the system, and was helping to create duplication. Solo ads, another big one here. You got to find a vendor. You got to find a vendor that will work for you, what you've got. But solo ads it's really easy. You put a little money into it, you get a lot of leads really quick. For me, in my experience, you're going to get mostly no buyers, but there will always be a little trickle of buyers in there. So you got to run a lot of solos to see a decent amount of signups. The best places to get solo ads, it would be Udemy or Udemy, however you call it. I'll provide a link for you to check that out below. And Traffic for me is another one. They are a little more costly, but with Udemy, you've got several people to choose from. So, I mean, that's good in some ways, but in other ways, you don't know who's going to be the best, who's going to be the worst. So you got to play around with it, but it's a lot cheaper. And you can get some really good vendors there. You can really get some good vendors. And then traffic for me is just, you just purchase it and they go out and get the vendor and bring you the traffic. And they can get you a lot of buyers as well. But yeah, you're going to pay probably double per click with traffic for me, but it's pretty good. Next, free programs. You can use all these you want. However, traffic exchanges and safe lists, the majority of them are going to be a waste of time. Now, there are a few good places that are free or low cost, ones that may be like $20 a month to get some extra benefits out of the program. And I'll list those on my blog, but there is one in particular. It's free to use, and I've made lots of sales with it, over time. It's not like they come in every month, but every few months, I'll get a new team member from it, and it's free. And I don't have to do any work. I did the work once, and it's a little trickle, and that's the point. You may get trickles from all these different sources, but if you're running a lot of them, those little trickles turn into some good, big drops and steady stream. So free programs, use as many as you can, especially if you're on a tight budget. And if you don't have an automation system, free programs will probably bring you nothing. Okay, so you got to have that system in place because you can follow up with anybody that comes in over and over and over. So why is it that my system works? If you don't want to go through the process of writing the follow-up emails, getting an autoresponder, building the web pages, which is another cost because you got to go out and buy that. If you don't feel like creating the offer, the benefit, and then deciding the deadline, you can always look into the same network marketing automation system that I use and see if it works for you. Perhaps it will be a good fit for you. And so I want to explain why I'm having success with this system, why many people are. It's not just me. I mean, there are others. As long as you can feed it people, then you should do okay. The people who are not having success with it are the ones that are unable to feed it. So, feed it the subscribers. So that's the key. You got to feed it the names and the emails. First off, it's got several unique landing pages and offers. With having a unique landing page and having an offer is how you generate the leads. There's quite a few to choose from. You can pick which one you want. They do have the ones that are not recommended for generating leads, but just for sending people who are wanting to purchase. But they also have the pages that will attract people to opt in. The prospects will get a daily email every day for 30-something days, and they'll get follow-ups about the progress, like people joining, other people opting in, and a reminder that they have until a specific time. You get the benefit of keeping all new customers. Think of that, the benefit of keeping all new customers. If someone joins the business, the benefit is if you get in by the deadline, all these other people who have purchased this week will, since you took the tour first, you have to take the tour before them. But since you took it first, you get the chance to, get in by the deadline, and all those people that took the tour after you and took action quicker than you, well, their sales will count towards you. You can have those count towards you. Then that's powerful, because each time someone says, okay, yeah, I want these sales to count towards my business. So they join. And let's just say one person joins, another one joins because they want that sale to add to their business. A third person says, oh, there's two people that their sales would go to me. Well, then there's three. And then another person says, whoa, three people with, sales that have purchased since, I took the tour. Well, maybe I should do it. And that's 3 sales right off the bat that are contributing. And as you see, it just grows and it multiplies. And then when the deadline hits, poof, it's over. You got to get in before that. If not, it laps over. And the next week, you get another shot at it. The next week may be bigger. But either way, you want to get in as quick as you can, because as soon as you get in, every week goes to you. So you want to get in as quick as possible. Now, it gives a deadline to make a decision. It's clear about the deadline. It's Thursday at midnight. Everybody knows that that's the deadline, and they get the reminder every day. They can benefit from other members' results. So basically, if you decided to use the system, everybody that I'm bringing in, all my director packs, all my big packs, my small packs, my and the packs that person sells, you would also be getting that into your business from the time you join on. So that is huge. It's a binary, meaning that you build the 2 legs and one of them will be built for you. So it makes it to where you can make more money off the same amount of work. There's also affordable packs to choose from. So that helps with more people getting involved. See, I have found it easier personally for me to sell smaller packages, for me to sell something of less cost and do more of them than it is for me to sell just one big thing. I have made big sales, don't get me wrong, and I like having the way to do that, but it takes a lot more to get it. So that little trickle of smaller amounts that add up to big amounts, to me, it's just easier, and it gets me to interact with more people. It helps me to build relationships with more people, and building relationships is the key to the game here. The more relationships you have, the more people you know, the more you make in network marketing. So there's affordable packs, which makes it easier for people to join. I think as low as like $69. It's not one of them, $500,000, $2,000 programs to buy into. There is a duplicatable process and system, meaning when you bring in people, you can show them how to post Craigslist ads. You can show them where you're going to get advertising and generate leads, and they can do the same. And then that's the same as you having more ads out there, but you're not the one paying for it. A duplicatable system is important, and you can make a lot more money when there's other people getting results. And that's the point of having this automation system. All members contribute to income. You probably already started figuring that out based on everything else, but all the members that join contribute to income. So what's really neat is if you were on the team and tomorrow I bring in somebody who makes a $600 purchase, all that volume would go to you and everybody else. So at least on one of their teams, one or the other. So there's a way for you to later, cash that in. All the members contribute. So the sooner you get in, it means time becomes your friend, because there's more and more people that come in over time and start contributing to your volume. So all you got to do to see this firsthand, to see if it's going to work for you, is just to take the tour below. It's free tour, doesn't cost anything, and you can see it for yourself, how people are added into the system, how you get the follow-ups, how the deadline works. And if it's something you believe you could generate leads to, and that's what it is. It's about generating leads. That's it. You can generate leads, you can make money. So you don't have to be some expert on the phone. You don't have to be some network marketing guru who can, get everybody all fired up to sign up. You just got to generate leads. You can take the tour below, check it out, see if it's the right fit for you. And don't forget, guys, if you're into network marketing, subscribe to my channel. I'll be putting out a lot of videos that teach things, how I'm doing this, how I'm doing that, how, I'm getting signups here. And I'll share any kind of, system or a review of anything that's working to get signups so you can use it as well and build your own business. Even if you're not interested in the tour, be sure to subscribe to my channel and keep up with what's going on. If you're on Facebook, hit me up, Jay Carden Marketing. You can also follow me on Twitter at Jay Carden, and let's connect on LinkedIn. If you're there, that's my favorite. That's been the most beneficial of the social media to me personally is LinkedIn. I think I sign up more reps through LinkedIn than anything. So, guys, I appreciate you watching the video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye-bye.